Natsu was a brave and strong warrior. He was a man who, since childhood, dreamed of protecting his people and the world from evil. His heart was filled with determination and kindness. Rem was an intelligent and noble girl. She was a famous sorceress with incredible abilities. But there was pain in her heart, hidden from the world. She lost her family during the war and therefore strove for peace and justice. Rem was a mysterious and wise old man. He was the mentor of Natsu and Rem, who took them under his wing after the tragic death of their parents. Rem was an expert in ancient magical knowledge and believed that love is the most powerful weapon. Natsu, Rem and Ram were connected not only by student bonds, but also by strong friendship and deep love. Together, they fought evil, helped those in need, and explored ancient mysteries. With each new challenge, their bond became stronger. But when they realized that in their hearts there was a place not only for friendship, but also for love, the world around them seemed to come to life. Their feelings blossomed like flowers in spring, filling everything around with warmth and light. But their love was tested. The evil they fought sought to destroy not only the world, but also their bond. Natsu, Rem and Ram had to overcome all difficulties together, their love becoming their strongest shield. Their story was an example for many. They showed that even in the darkest times, love can be a light that shines its rays on the path to peace and happiness. Natsu, Rem and Ram became legends, inspiring others to be kind and merciful. Every day Natsu, Rem and Ram continued their fight for justice and peace. Their souls were woven into an inextricable knot. Their hearts beat in time with each other, like the melody of eternity. But the world they lived in was full of dangers. Evil stalked them tirelessly at every turn, seeking to destroy everything they loved. One day, an evil tyrant raised an army to seize power over the kingdom where Natsu, Rem and Ram lived. Faced with a new threat, the three lovers decided to join forces with other warriors to protect their people. Their army was small in number, but their spirit was invincible. Natsu, Rem and Ram stood at the head of their comrades, inspiring them with courageous actions and a willingness to sacrifice everything for the common good. The battle was fierce, but the love and fortitude of Natsu, Rima and Rama were stronger. They fought with tireless zeal, despite all difficulties and dangers. Ultimately, thanks to their devotion and courage, evil was defeated and the world was saved. After the victory, Natsu, Rem and Ram returned to their kingdom, where a joyful meeting awaited them. They were accepted as heroes, their names becoming symbols of hope and strength. Natsu and Rem got married in great celebration, and Ram blessed their union, knowing that their love would be invincible. Their story became a legend told for centuries. Natsu, Rem and Ram lived long and happy lives, continuing their struggle for peace and justice, and their love remained eternal, like the stars in the sky. When their twilight years came, Natsu, Rem and Ram decided to pass on their experience and wisdom to the younger generation. They founded a school of warriors and magicians, where they passed on their knowledge and skills to the next generation of defenders of the world. Their students were fascinated not only by the art of combat and magic, but also by the story of the great love of Natsu, Rem and Ram. Their romantic story began to inspire young hearts, reminding them of the importance of love, devotion, and solidarity. With each new day, the school grew and prospered, and graduates Natsu, Rima, and Rama went out into the world to continue the fight for justice and peace. Natsu, Rem, and Ram spent their last days surrounded by the respect and love of their students and followers. Their story became a legend that lived in the hearts of people, forever reminding them of fortitude, mercy, and love. And so, even after their departure, Natsu, Rem, and Ram remained to live in the hearts of many, being a symbol of hope and inspiration for all who seek light in dark times. Their story lives on forever, reminding everyone that even in a world full of trials and struggles, love and kindness always win. Over time, the school founded by Natsu, Rem, and Ram became known throughout the world as one of the most prestigious educational institutions. Students from different parts of the world came here to master the art of combat, magic, and wisdom. One day in one of the school years, a mysterious girl named Elina came to school. She was quiet and mysterious, but her eyes shone with determination and strength. Alina has shown incredible talent in martial arts and magic, attracting everyone's attention with her skills. But it wasn't just her skills that attracted attention. Alina attracted the attention of Natsu, and Ram with her mysterious and attractive personality. A new fire flared up in their hearts. They felt that Elina was not just a student, but the key to something more important and fateful. Over time, Natsu, and Ram became closer to Elina, teaching her their unique knowledge and skills. Together, they explored ancient mysteries, fought evil, and helped those in need. As they spent time together, their bond grew stronger, and their feelings became stronger. Soon Natsu, and Ram realized that they were in love with Elina, and the feeling was mutual. Their love became a new chapter in the history of the Great Three. Together, they fought for peace and justice, embodying the ideals that united them from the very beginning. Their union became a symbol of strength and unity, reminding everyone that love has no boundaries or barriers and can overcome all challenges. With each new day, Natsu, and Ram strengthened their relationship with Elina. Their love only became stronger. Together, they overcame difficulties, sharing joys and sorrows, bravely meeting the challenges thrown at them by fate. One day, when the world was under threat from an evil demon who was going to destroy everything they held dear, Natsu, Ram, and Elina joined forces to protect the world from this threat. The battle was cruel and difficult, but their determination was unshakable, and love gave them strength that would be enough for the whole world. Uniting in battle like never before, they were able to defeat the demon and return peace and harmony to the world. Their joint victory not only strengthened their bond, but also elevated them in the eyes of the world as true heroes, symbols of goodness and hope. After this victory, Natsu, Ram, and Elina continued their journey, helping others and protecting those who needed their help. Their story has become a legend told for generations about the great love and unsurpassed power that lies within each of us. Their bond remained unshakable, their hearts intertwined forever. Natsu, Ram, and Elina lived happily together, continuing their fight for justice and peace, forever remaining a symbol of strength and love that can change the world. Over time, Natsu, Ram, and Elina became the leaders of their people. Their wisdom, kindness, and strength attracted people from all over the world. They united different peoples under a single banner of peace and justice. Their reign was blessed with prosperity and harmony. The world became a place where every person could realize their potential, and love and solidarity were the basis of society. Natsu, Ram, and Elina perpetuated their ideals by creating laws and institutions that continued to operate after their departure. Their story has become a symbol of the fact that even in a world full of difficulties and trials, there is opportunity for goodness, peace, and love. Their spirit lived in the hearts of people, reminding them that real power lies not in weapons or magic, but in kindness, wisdom, and love. Their story became a lesson for future generations, reminding them that true happiness and prosperity can only be achieved through unity and harmony. And so, Natsu, Ram, and Elina became legends, leaving their mark on history and in the hearts of people. Their love and dedication to each other has become an eternal source of inspiration and hope for all who seek light in the darkness. Every day their legend of great love only grew stronger. Natsu, Ram, and Elina lived long and happy lives, devoting their days to serving peace and goodness. Their teaching continued to live in the hearts of people, and their story became an inspiring example for all who believed in the power of love and justice. Years later, as their final hour approached, they gathered together to say goodbye to each other. They were surrounded by family, friends, and students who came to offer them their last words of gratitude and respect. Natsu, Ram, and Elina smiled as they saw their legacy live on in the souls of those they met along the way. They realized that their story does not end here. It lives on in every good deed, in every heart they've ever touched. Words of gratitude and love filled the room, their hearts filled with warmth and gratitude for every moment spent together. Their love transcended time and space, remaining an eternal source of inspiration for all who seek light in darkness. And so, when the last breath left their bodies, their souls soared to heaven, united in eternal love and harmony. Their story remains forever alive, reminding us that even at the end of the road, love and kindness remain eternal and unfading. With their passing, the world is shrouded in sadness, but their legacy remains living and inspiring. Their story became not just a legend, but also a source of strength for those who believed in justice and love. Their school continued to flourish, and their students, armed with the knowledge and wisdom of Natsu, Ram, and Alina, continued to fight for peace and justice in the world. Their shared history has become an example to guide new generations as they strive to create a better world for all. Every year, on the day of their passing, people from all over gathered to pay tribute and remember their great legacy. Their names became a symbol of everything that is good and noble in the world, and their love remained eternal, surviving centuries and generations. Natsu, Ram, and Alina became not just heroes, but also legends who will live in the hearts of people until the very end of time. Their story remains alive and inspiring, reminding everyone that true strength lies not in weapons or power, but in love and solidarity, which can change the world for the better. The memory of Natsu, Rama, and Elina penetrated every corner of the world, like a bright ray illuminating the way for future generations. Their story has become an integral part of culture and folklore, inspiring people to good deeds and courageous actions. The school they founded continued to attract students from all corners of the earth who sought to master the wisdom and art they passed on. Each graduate of the school carried within them a spark of their spirit and knowledge, ready to take on the challenge and become defenders of the world. The fame of the heroes of the legend did not fade over time, but on the contrary, only became brighter. Every year, celebrations and ceremonies were held in their memory to remember their valor and devotion. Their lives and love became a source of eternal hope and inspiration. Their story remained to live in the hearts of all who knew their name, becoming the true heritage of all humanity. Natsu, Ram, and Alina were more than just heroes. They became a symbol of goodness and light in a world that needed them so much. Their lives and stories lived on forever, reminding everyone that even in the darkest of times, love and justice always prevail. Over the years, their legend has grown into myth, a story told by wise men around fires and passed down from generation to generation. Their names became a symbol of everything good and noble in this world, their fate an unforgettable lesson that it is not only the power of the sword that really matters, but also the strength of the spirit. Time has passed, but their example lives on in every person who puts human dignity above all else and strives for goodness and justice. The school, founded by Natsu, Ram, and Alina, became a sacred place where fans from all over the world came to honor the memory of great heroes and gain wisdom. Their teaching continued to live in every graduate, becoming the basis for creating a better world. Their story was a living legend that reminded everyone that even in the most difficult times, one can find the strength to resist evil and bring light into the darkness. And so, Natsu, Ram, and Alina became not only heroes of their time, but also eternal symbols of kindness, wisdom, and love. Their story lived forever, strengthening the hearts and souls of all who encountered their names, their kindness, and the light they brought to this world. Over the years, the world continued to change, but the legacy of Natsu, Ram, and Alina remained unchanged. Their story has become part of the world's cultural heritage, inspiring writers, artists, and musicians to create works dedicated to their greatness. Their names were written in the history books, their statues were erected in squares and temples to remind everyone of the valiant heroes of the past, whose love and devotion made this world a better place. The school they founded became one of the most revered educational institutions in the world, attracting students from every continent. Its graduates became leaders and leaders, continuing the work of their great mentors and striving for peace and justice. Every year, on the day of their passing, people from all over gathered to remember them and their exploits. This day has become a symbol of memory and respect, a reminder that even when they left this world, their spirit remained with us, filling our hearts with hope and inspiration. Thus, Natsu, Ram, and Alina became not just heroes of their time, but also eternal models of virtue and courage. Their story remained to live forever, being forever inscribed in the history of mankind. Their love and wisdom remained a light in the darkness, guiding us on the path to a better future. Every year, their legend became more and more durable. Their story passed from mouth to mouth, becoming part of culture and folk legends. The Great Three, together with Alina, became a symbol of kindness, wisdom, and endless devotion to each other. Their spirit penetrated the hearts of people, reminding them that true strength lies in love and solidarity. From their example, people learned not only to fight for justice, but also to forgive, love and strive for peace. The school they founded became not only a place of learning, but also a center of social activity and cultural development. Its graduates, armed with knowledge and wisdom, continued their work, making the world a better place with their actions and decisions. Every year on the day of their passing, people from all over the world gathered to pay tribute and remember the great heroes. This day became not only a holiday of remembrance, but also a time of contemplation and inspiration, when everyone could think about what it means to be a true hero. And so, Natsu, Ram, and Alina remain to live in the hearts of people, becoming part of the great saga of love and wisdom. Their story has become an eternal source of inspiration for all who believe in the power of goodness and loyalty and dream of a better world. Over the years, generations replaced each other, but the legend of Natsu, Ram, and Elina remained alive. Their story has become an integral part of the world's culture and heritage, surviving the trials of time and remaining an eternal source of inspiration to many. The school they founded turned into a sacred place where people from all over the world came to honor the memory of the great heroes and imbue them with their teachings. Its walls were filled with knowledge, wisdom, and the spirit of love and justice. Their teaching remained alive in the hearts of all who ever encountered their names. The Great Three and Elina became a symbol of hope that shone in the darkness, reminding everyone that wisdom and kindness live inside every person. Every year, on the day of their passing, people from all over the world gathered in front of their monuments to remember their exploits and honor their memory. This day became a day of celebration of life, kindness, and justice, a day when they could all remember the wonderful time spent among great heroes. And so, Natsu, Ram, and Alina remain to live in the hearts of all who believed in the power of goodness and love. Their story has continued to inspire many and remain an indelible part of humanity's legacy, reminding us that true heroes live forever. Over time, the legend of Natsu, Ram, and Alina spread to all corners of the world. Their story became not only an example of valor and wisdom, but also a source of eternal inspiration for everyone who came across their names. The school they founded became a holy place, where pilgrims came from all over the world to honor the memory of the great heroes and draw strength and wisdom from their teachings. Her students continued their work, spreading knowledge and kindness throughout the world. Every year on the day of their passing, people from all over the world gathered in front of their monuments to pay tribute and honor their memory. This day became a day to celebrate life, wisdom and kindness, a day when they could all remember the great contributions of these great heroes to the history of mankind. Their love and devotion to each other became an example for everyone, their story an eternal source of inspiration. Natsu, Ram, and Alina lived on in the hearts of all who knew their names, becoming an integral part of humanity's legacy that will live on forever.